Hello, BookTube. Good morning. I have a massive book haul. Um, Fortunate enough to be given, it is early, but I have had coffee. Given a pile of books yesterday. I'm very excited by them. They're a mix, mostly science fiction and fantasy, but a whole bunch of other stuff, some horror. So I thought I'd start right in. I'm going to go fairly fast with this because there are so many. So I'm going to start with one. A lot of these are paperbacks, but there's some hardbacks. The first here is Where Angels Fear to Tread, a novel by E.M. Forster. And this is a vintage book. An older paperback. Pretty good shape, actually. Paper still looks good. This is from 1959. So let me see if they have the original date on it. 1920. So an E.M. Forster novel to start things off. Then I'm going to plow through, let's see, we'll start with some of these here. So this is an author I haven't read. This is Final Run by David E. Meadows. It's a, what is it? It is a series. And let's see what it's called. First in a new series, 6 Fleet novels. I like nautical fiction. I have not read this author, so looking forward to it. I'm going to have to pick up the pace here a little bit. Then here is a rather well-known action writer, David Morrell, The League of Night and Fog. He is very famous for First Blood. And this is 1987. Next here I have The Templar Legacy by Steve Berry, another well-known, sort of in the Dan Brown line, but had much success of his own. Here are some of his other books. He's had an awful lot of them. Perennial bestseller. Then Absolution by Murder, Mystery of Ancient Ireland by Peter Tremaine. I think I've read one or two of these mysteries. Let me see. It's Sister Fidelma of Kildare. So historical mystery. In these next few, I used to really enjoy these. I know he's passed away. This is Bartholomew Gill, The Death of an Irish Tradition. Peter McGarr mystery. Obviously set in Ireland, modern day Ireland. Really enjoyed this author. This next one here, I'm not going into great detail about these because, like I say, there's a lot to go, and I'm already at 4 minutes here. This is Death of an Irish Politician by the same author. Then a person, a writer I really like, the Doc Ford mysteries and stuff, is Randy Wayne White. He's at Captiva, Sanibel, Fort Myers, Naples area of Florida. These are really good. I have read a lot of these. And then this is his The Dead of the Night. What was that one? That one was Shark River. And then we have a third one by Randy Wayne White, and this is Night Vision. Still got the sticker on it. I'll take that off. Then moving along, we got a couple John Gardner. We got James Bond in Cold Fall. And James Bond in License to Kill with the movie cover. Then a Lee Child, The Enemy. Another thriller. And James Rowland's Deep Fathom. I've only read a few of these, and I actually tend to really like them, so I'm glad to get to them. Then we'll throw up a couple Star Trek books, just because they're close by here. The Making of Star Trek, the Motion Picture. And Alan Dean Foster's novelization of Star Trek. All right. So that moves along a little bit. Like I said, the piles get crazy here. They're gonna get crazier. Let me just do this. I'll just flip these right here. So we had A.M. McCaffrey, Ride Pegasus. Hear a big boom. Chris Bunch, Dragon Master. This one's not in great shape, but I couldn't leave it sitting there. And this is Robert E. Howard, The Gods of Bal Sagoth. I have a little box set here. I have a coworker who's told me she loves these, so I'll give them a shot. And this is J.D. Robb, the first 3 novels in Death series. So there they are. What do we have? Rapture in Death, Immortal in Death, and Naked in Death. Then a couple of R.A. Salvatore's transitions. This is the Ghost King, so this is the 3rd one, I believe. And transitions, this is the first, the Orc King. So I'll have to find the other one. I've been reading the Drizzt novels, and I like them. Then we have here, let's see, Terry Goodkind, Blood of the Fold. I may have another copy of this. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that one. Then we have Isaac Asimov, the best science fiction of Isaac Asimov, which I'm happy to have for the Future History Project. Let's see, oh my goodness, came out in 1986. So it's got an awful lot of stuff in it. So I'll put that aside so I make a little Asimov pile over there. And let me see, I'll go do this one next. Then we have Terry Goodkind, and this is Debt of Bones. So another Terry Goodkind. Then this is Destroyerman Crusade by Taylor Anderson. Citadel of the Autarch, Volume 4 in the Gene Wolfe's famous series. I've got a newer volume of the first 2. Then Arthur C. Clarke and Gentry Lee, excuse me. The Garden of Rama, the sequel to Rama 2. Story I enjoy. Paul Priest, Starfire. Another science fiction novel. Make a spot here for that. It goes over like that. Then another Asimov. I have the first one in the second Foundation trilogy. This is the second. This is Foundation in Chaos. First one I have in hardback, but I've been having trouble finding these, so I'm actually glad to have this. The first one's Foundation's Fear, so now I have to find Foundation's Triumph by David Brin, but making progress on the Future History Project. Then Ben Bova, Battle Station. Orson Scott Card, Treason. Sarah Douglas, Wayfarer Redemption, fantasy novel. Robin Hobb, another author I really enjoy. Dragon Keeper, Volume 1 of the Rain Wilds Chronicles. Not a series I've read. I've really liked her live ships. So then I started reading this last night. Got just short of halfway through because I started reading real late. This is Barayar, or Barayar. I never can pronounce it perfectly, but these are Lois McMaster Bujold, and these are the Miles Verkosigan's stories. This one happens to be about his mother Cordelia and his father. These are fantastic. I just started it last night, like I say, for an hour or so, and it's in rough shape, but glad to have it because this is good stuff. I may blow through this series again. So I got that one. I got Borders of Infinity. I got Brothers in Arms, another Verkosigan. I got Komar. And I've got Shards of Honor. Great, great, great fun. These books are great fun. I'll put these up on the pile, but I gotta keep that one out that I'm reading. Then, let me get it here. Naomi Novik, who's a sort of a booktube favorite. This is Temeraire Book 2, Throne of Jade. Star Wars here, I have MedStar 1, Battle Surgeons. Let's see, Beastmaster's Quest by Andre Norton and Lynn McConaughey. I'm probably mispronounced that. I apologize. Again, Andre Norton. This is Lord of Thunder. Make another pile here. This is Encounter 3 by Martin Caden. Guy who did a lot of aviation. The guy responsible for the story that led to the TV series with Lee Majors, The $6 Million Man. Martin Caden is an old school writer. Sort of like keeping an eye out for. Really enjoy his stuff. I've seen these and I've read a few of these years ago. This is James Axler, Outlanders. It's sort of, I don't know if any of you remember the old Don Pendleton Executioners and all that stuff. This is sort of like a science fiction take out of that same publisher, what they call Gold Eagle. Yeah, Gold Eagle. So I'll give it a read. They're survivalist type of stuff. Here's another Asimov. This is The Oceans of Venus. He wrote this as Paul French years ago. They're sort of juvenile. No, not sort of juvenile. They are juveniles. Set at each stage in the solar system, and this Lucky Star is the character. So you'll see these around occasionally. They can be fun. Another Anne McCaffrey here. Is that the only one I did? I got so many of them here, I'm losing track. So this is Freedom's Choice. And there you go. And this is Freedom's Landing. New world that human slaves were forced to colonize. In time, this new world became more than a home, became something to fight for. But now Chris Bjornson and her comrades had found evidence of another race on the planet. Are they ancients, long dead and gone, or could they exist to join the fight? So, see, it's an Anne McCaffrey I have not read. Then here I seem to have been another copy of Blood of the Fold, and I probably actually have one. This is another of these Terry Good kind. I couldn't let them sit there for free, so I grabbed them. We'll see. Okay, this is James Maxey, Dragon Forge, a novel of the Dragon Age. Okay, is that all of them back there? Now comes the big guys. So, I'll pull these over here. The first here is Night Shift by Stephen King. This is old book club edition. I don't know if it was which book club. This is a collection of short stories. So here are the number of books that have been published by Stephen King at the time this came out. Carrie, Salem's Lot, and what was the other one? The Shining. So I read this about the time this particular volume came out. So it has Graveyard Shift, Jerusalem's Lot, all sorts of stuff in it. Absolutely enjoyed the heck out of this. So happy to have this one. I don't have it. So the next one here is another book I had years ago and don't have anymore. Now I have it again. This is the Bachman books. 4 early novels by Stephen King. Race, The Long Walk, Roadwork, and The Running Man. Old paperback edition, a little dinged up, but glad to have it. Oh, I didn't see that before. Let me see if I can get it for you. Probably. Oh, yep. There it is. So, glad to have this. Let's see. Then I've got Cycle of the Werewolf by Stephen King. Illustrations by Bernie Wrightson. See if I can give you an idea of what these look like on the inside. There we go. So, Cycle of the Werewolf. Then we have, let me do them in some sort of order here. I've been recollecting these, so I'm glad to have this. This is color illustrations by Michael Whalen. This is the Dark Tower Gunslinger. So that's the first volume. Then here's the drawing of the three. Let's see what they got here. Here is The Wastelands, the third book. This has the illustrations too. And then continuing, these are all hardback Stephen King. Here is 4 Past Midnight. And this came out, it's 1990. It looks to be a first edition. One of millions, probably in that first edition. Now, this one still has a price tag on it. Can't tell from where. This is Duma Key. This came out in, this is a Scribner, and this is 2008. Here we have Stephen King and Peter Straub. This is The Talisman. Viking, G.P. Putnam's Sons. And this is 1984. And then finally we have Nightmares and Dreamscapes. Look at that old picture. A little dusty. I'm going to have to brush this off. I just use a dry paintbrush and we'll get the dust out of the end of the papers. Let's see here. This is from 1993. So yeah, maybe a little cleaning up on a few of these to go. I don't know if there's any way on earth I could do justice to this with a Steve pyramid. There's just so much of it. Let me give it a shot. Watch me struggle here. That's always fun. Good early morning entertainment. Let's see if I can switch it around. So I'll give you a good idea of what I picked up. So there is more on the way, but this was 17 minutes just blowing through it without really discussing much. So hope you're all doing well, and thank you, BookTube.